So on the left side, we have Jake from Canada. He is a winner of a previous Classic Tetris Monthly a couple months ago. Is that right? Was it January? December? One of those. I think it was December. I don't remember. But anyway, he is the winner of a previous Classic Tetris Monthly, and he is the winner of the first ever CTWC Canada, which took place on the red leather couch in a steak restaurant in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and he won a piece of wood. So, I mean, it was an incredible thing for Jake, and really, in my mind, the PAL World Record holder and owner of 1.3s, and pretty much, if you can do it in Tetris, Jake has done it. And on the right side, we have a guy and a keyboard from Germany. All right, let's go into the... I'm just kidding, of course. I mean, Poet, one of the best players in Europe as far as PAL goes, and certainly making a Cinderella run here into the finals. So congratulations to both of you players from getting here. This is a best of 5 level 18 starts. Both players are ready. I am ready. The crowd is ready. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Jake's got everything. If you can do it in Tetris, Jake can do it. And, you know, if I had to predict things, and I'm bad, you know, I don't know. Well, I'm actually okay at predicting things. I think I'm okay at, you know, you're going to see Jake top 4 in Portland if he goes. I just don't see any, I don't see a way around it. All right, having a little bit of difficulty here with RNG, though. Only one long bar for Poet. Jake has a few more than that, but only one long bar so far for Poet. And look at that concentration from Jake to burn this stack down. Oh, what music is this? We should have our traditional music, everybody. Here it is. There it is. Game Scout, thanks so much for the sub. Yeah, he is volatile, but listen, see, that's early Jake, right? Early Jake couldn't really rein it in. New Jake can rein it in. Jake is not the same player he was a year ago. And there is no player, in my opinion, that knows how these pieces fit together better than Jake does. I mean, you can just see, like, you know how chess players can see, like, several moves into the future, and the best ones can see, like a dozen moves into the future? Jake is the same way with Tetris. 132 for Jake right here, 121 for Poet. Poet Tetris's Dirty Center Well Tetris, 144. Oh, I guess we have a hype train. I'm not going to really spend a lot of time in this hype train during the finals, but those of you who care about the hype train, keep the hype going, and it all goes to support the Classic Tetris World Championship, and I'm sure they would appreciate it. Jake, 180,000 points, 169 for Poet. There's a Tetris for Poet, 192. Another Tetris for Poet, 215. There we go. We're getting some subs here on the hype train. It's hard to ignore the hype train, even if you want to. There's a dirty Tetris from Jake, and another Tetris, 251 to take the lead. Jake, former winner of this event. Poet looking to win for the first time and to be the first winner from Germany. And I think maybe the first winner, you know, from continental Europe, right? We've had, obviously, the UK and Richard and Bubble Rhapsody. But I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I don't remember a winner from continental Europe. So we will see how it goes. 257 for Jake. Now Tetris is 280. And 293 for Poet. Oh, Yanni, right. Yanni won once. I'm sorry. All right, so the second player from continental Europe. That was so long ago. Oh my god. That was pre-Vandweller. That was before. That was BV. I forgot all about that. Thank you so much, Scott Oboza, for the bits. 332 for Jake, 362 for Poet. Yeah, that was way back. That was actually the last one that Friday Witch ever did. Now that one had 9 players. CTM was dying at that point, and it was just not going anywhere, and 9 total players registered. But we've had 112 people register this month, so who is in that tournament? Actually, let's see. Yanni beat did Yanni beat SQR? Is that who he beat? I think he beat SQR. 448 for Jake, 437 for Poet. Jake with the Tetris 471. Poet clears open the right side for a triple. Yeah, I definitely saved CTM. I mean, it was over. I mean, that's not in dispute. There was nobody wanted to take it. So that part is not in dispute. And that is not hubris on my part or anything. That is for sure true. There was it sat there for months and nobody wanted to take it over because it's a lot of work. 540 for Jake, 495. I wouldn't say I'm the man, but I'm one man. All right, Jake has transitioned at 564. Poet looking to get his stack down before transition, and that long bar will help. 522. So Jake will have a higher transition score than Poet. Poet trying to, and he transitions with a single, wants that long bar for the Tetris on the right side and gets it. 547 for Poet, 614 for Jake. Jake is set up and bang, Tetris for Jake, 639. Poet with the aggressive setup here. Hyper Tapper allows you to do that. Das player would be dead. That right side getting to be problematic for Poet if he, and he gets a long bar over there, but the middle of the board, he's gonna have to burn this away and lose some pace to Jake. Jake 693, Poet with a Tetris 602, 90,000 point lead for Jake. But lots of Tetris to be played. 696 for Jake, 631 for Poet. Jake Tetris is 723. Both players with workable stacks here. Jake set up for a Tetris, bang Tetris for him, 751, and bang Tetris for Poet, 661. I don't believe in the combined score record. I don't believe that's a thing. 688 for Poet. I believe there's the highest losing score record, but combined score record, I don't remember. But it was set on our, it was set during our thing. All right, Poet trying to keep his well open and does. Bangs down a Tetris 719. Jake, 90,000 point lead at this moment. Waiting on a long bar. Bang Tetris for him. Set up, he will be set up in 2 pieces. And he is set up again. 843 from him, 725 from Poet. And Poet's got a Spire in the middle of his stack, and this could prove to be problematic for him. Oh, Hype Train. Corian just gifted 5 gift subs, and Poet has topped out. So thank you so much. Look at, Heiner Mueller got a gift sub, Moe Dumplin, Pastel Charlie, Kryptonic, and Messix with the gift sub. Thank you so much, Corian. You're a wonderful man. And Jake gets the heart. If you've got Corian emotes, go ahead and spam them here in chat. Thank you so much, Corian. Much appreciated, my friend. How to play Classic Tetris on PC. Join the Discord and we will tell you how. Somebody dropped the Discord link in the chat with the CTM command. All right. Now with all that emote spam, I can't tell if anybody's ready here. Thanks, Bubble Rhapsody. Let's see. Need a ready from Jake and a ready from Poet. We got a ready from first name Nathan, but that doesn't count. All right, there's a ready from Jake. And somebody help me to see if there's a ready from Poet, because I can't see it. Poet said wait. All right, we're going to wait. That's fine. He lost. Okay. All right, calm down. Calm down. It's okay. We love you. I didn't know. All right, now he's ready. All right, everybody, game 2. Jake's up 1 game to none. It's a best of 5. It's a CTM Masters Event Finals for March 2020. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, see, I don't believe a combined score record exists. I think what exists is the highest losing score, basically the highest score that you beat, that you had to beat. Because I don't think points after someone is topped out matter. Okay, let's see. We should make a Discord command that is also Discord. Yeah, that's true. All right, 47,000 for Poet here. Jake waits on his long bar and gets the Tetris. And both players now Tetris ready again. 52,000 for Jake, 47,000 for Poet. Jake Tetris is 75,000 and bang Tetris for Poet, 69,000. 98,000 for Jake. Oh, he's got that weird overhanging J piece upside down. That's a weird... Okay, yeah, he's going to fill that in with a long bar. And, yeah, he's going to take that long bar and wisely fill in the middle of his stack rather than setting up for that crazy Tetris. So you can see where his mind is going, right? But he has learned some discipline. 128 from Jake. 141 from Poet. And that's why I think he's so dangerous in this tournament, because he can do some insane things, but he doesn't have to. And, all right, here we go. 152 from Jake. He's got the lead. He's got a clean board. He's got a Tetris setup. Poet retakes the lead, though, with a Tetris. 166 for him. Poet with a Tetris. Jake with a Tetris. All right, Jake's board looking a bit weird, or at least I can't tell how he gets out of this very easily, but and of course he does, because I'm an idiot, and he is not. 189 from Jake. Poet Tetris is 214. Jake's going to take the triple just to get his stack back into a safe place. And Jake is clean just in time for the Tetris. Funny how that works. 216 for Jake, 217 for Poet. Poet bangs down a Tetris, 240, and is set up again for another one. Good placements from Poet. And bang another Tetris for him. 262, Jake sitting on 216. Here's a Tetris from Jake, and he's already set up for another. Another Tetris for him, 262. Here's one from Poet, 308. And another Tetris for Jake, 286. Oh, Hype Train success. There was Hype Train success, everyone. Oh boy. Wow. I've never experienced this level of hype before. So thank you, Twitch. I don't even know what to do with myself anymore. 289 from Jake, 354 from Poet. Jake up 1 game to none here in this best of 5 CTM finals. All right, Jake up pretty darn high. And Jake burning this down. I mean, it's miraculous to me to look at this. He's actually ready for a Tetris, but he's going to have to burn that away. And just to stay alive is amazing. Poet, meanwhile, keeps on Tetrising. 403 through 88 lines. Very, very good score for Poet. And what a dig from Jake. I mean, at this point, it just looks all routine. Like, oh, why wouldn't he dig out of that, right? But not easy. And Poet getting up a little bit high here. Has a cover well, but gets the long bar over. And Tetrises. So Jake behind by about 95,000 points. It's 4 Tetrises and change. And another Tetris from Poet who's just pouring it on. And bang, here's a Tetris from Jake, 380. So 100,000 point lead for Poet. Another Tetris from Jake. Jake gets rid of that gap really easily, no problem. Jake about to transition. Actually, Poet is much further ahead. I didn't even look at the line differential. Poet much further ahead. Jake spent so much time burning above the next box, of course, that the pieces don't have as far to fall. And so you get more pieces in a given time. And so Jake is way ahead in lines, and he is about to transition. Wants to do so with a Tetris. So Poet's lead really is a lot further. And so Jake transitions fairly high, but able to burn everything away and triple into a Tetris. I don't know why I always like that. You're not supposed to like triples, but, you know, hey, it's the second highest scoring play, so combine that with a Tetris, not so bad. 489 for Jake, 574. Oh, for Poet. Not sure what he was doing there, but maybe it worked. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. I'm not smart enough to know. But what I do know is Poet has Tetris. He's got a 600. Now, that wasn't on purpose on the left side, and so he kind of misdropped that J on the left, but able to get a long bar over, no problem. Jake bangs down a Tetris 567. He is within 40,000 points now, and actually, he's now within 12,000 points. So Jake able to capitalize on some of these misdrops from Poet. And Jake bangs down another Tetris to take the lead. Now he is up 20 lines. So it is a lead in score, but Poet really has the better pace right now. And if nothing changes with sort of the line differential, then Poet's going to have an advantage theoretically going toward the kill screen. But the problem with that is that the kill screen is not a kill screen for Jake, and he can actually put up points there. So it's really kind of too close to call. This is a tough situation for Jake, but that triple's going to help, and he gets a Tetris on the right side. So Jake is ahead in score right now, and also ahead in lines. And it's really hard to know who's ahead at the moment. And all you can really do is just kind of marvel at what these guys are accomplishing. 697 for Jake. .703. Now, Poet is in the lead score-wise. And so this is a real lead for Poet. But again, Jake has this ability to play into the kill screen. Now, it's not... Man, he can actually Tetris into it, so it's hard to know exactly what's going to happen, but that's why we play the games, right? 746 for Jake. Poet's board a little bit dicey. And Jake's got the lead, and he Tetrises again. It's going to be a crucial Tetris, and Poet is able to get a double over to the left side. So this would be an incredible save for Poet if he's able to do it. I don't think he's going to get out of this. And Poet is not going to get out of this, and Jake is going to get heart number 2. Poet was, really incredible survival, and Jake is just on another level. So... Whew! I can't even take it. I can't even take it. I'm shaking. And I feel... Listen, I'm not in the best of health, right? I'm an overweight man. I could have a heart problem right in the middle of this stream. You have no idea. And I am feeling like palpitations and jitters and shaking. And this is really exciting. Have I eaten anything today? I haven't really eaten anything. That's probably part of it. All right. Here we go. Let's see. It's 2-0 in favor of Jake. I don't want to die before I see what happens here. So that's motivation enough to stay alive. We got it ready from Jake. This is the finals, Darth. It says finals in the bottom right-hand corner, and believe it or not, it's accurate this time. And we just need a ready from Poet, which I didn't see, so if somebody could help me and see if... You both are ready? Thank you, Pumpy. You're very nice. Okay, we got it ready. All right, 2 games to none. Jake is ahead in a 5-game series. Do or die time for Poet. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. It's either Total Radness or Quaid rooting for Jake to finish off the guy on the keyboard. But I'm sure they're keyboard people. Poet is a hero right now. Keyboard people. All right, Jake set up for a dirty Tetris. And he's going to get it. And he's set up for another one already. Poet getting a bit high here, but able to take a couple of doubles as Burns and get 2 quick Tetrises in succession to get right back in this with Jake. Jake had a perfectly flat board, and everybody's like, oh, perfect clear. But nope, didn't happen. 97,000 for Jake. I'm getting loopy, everybody. 120 for Jake now, 73,000 for Poet. Poet stacking very clean, very efficiently. Jake doing his Jake thing. And it's really just, I'm too low IQ a person to really know what he's doing. 143 for him. And there it is. I mean, look at this. Jake looking to become one of the few people who have won 2 CTMs. $167 for him and $146 for Poet. All right, Jake with another Tetris, 235 through 50 lines. And Poet, 191 through 43 lines. Jake not pushing down. Most hyper tappers don't. Some of them do. This one doesn't, but Tetris for Jake. So still, despite the way this board looks, able to play very efficiently so far. And Poet not doing so badly himself. 219 through 53 lines. But getting up a bit high, though. All right, gets that J piece to fill in the left. Covers as well, of course. Standard. And Poet knocking his stack back down a bit. When you get this high and the game isn't giving you any long bars, it's time to sweat a bit. But it does, and he knocks down a Tetris. 248 for Poet, 315 for Jake. And here's a Poet for Poet. I'm getting near the end. Can't do it anymore. That was a Tetris for Jake and a Tetris for Poet. That's what I should have said. 338 for Jake. Poet, Tetris, ready again. Jake, ready for one. It's hard to know exactly which board to watch because they're both so entertaining. 365, and I haven't mastered the art of like watching them both at the same time and comprehending them because I'm too stupid, frankly. All right, 366 for Jake, 325 for Poet. Poet Tetris is 348. Jake looking to burn his way out of this one efficiently. And Jake getting up, Poet getting up really super high, so having to take a couple of burns there, thank goodness. And bangs down a Tetris 382. So he actually takes the lead on Jake, but his board not as clean, and Jake is already set up for one. So see if Poet can get out of this quickly and get a Tetris or two. Jake's going to get a Tetris throw, 399, extend that lead. And Jake is set up for one and possibly for two Tetrises should the long bars come. There's one of them. And he's going to be set up for another 422. And Poet is burned back down to the bottom. Oh, kind of a little panic flip for Poet. Not sure what he was trying to accomplish there, but actually burned out of it. Oh, and another panic flick for Poet. So I don't know if it's nerves or it's kind of input errors or something like that. Maybe he's got a crumb under his A key or something like that. Don't you hate when you get a crumb in your keyboard? It's real risk here playing with keyboard. It's getting crumbs and lint under it. All right, 492 for Jake, 399. Jake Tetrises again. And Jake is over 100,000 points ahead. And Jake has an opportunity for one more Tetris before transition. He is set up for it and has plenty of time to stack waiting for it. And it's just a matter of if he's going to let his stack go to hell while waiting for it. No, he's not. He's going to do the wise thing. And gets the long bar to put it over there for a Tetris, 563. And Poet about to transition. He's at 429. Gets a long bar for a Tetris, 453. Jake clears open a well down the bottom, down the middle. So he's looking to clear all this away, and he will have a Tetris well open there if he can get it open. And there's the long bar for the middle well Tetris, 599, just under 100,000 point lead still for Jake. And Jake looks to be in pole position, but don't count your chickens before they hatch. There's a reason, because sometimes chickens don't come out of eggshells, which is why people say that. 630 for Jake, 513 for Poet. There's another Tetris for Jake. 658, so he's building on this lead, playing super efficient. How do chickens even know to sit on their eggs? Because the ones that didn't sit on their eggs back long ago were naturally selected out of the population. 661 for Jake. Now 664. 526 for Poet, so 140,000 point lead. Another Tetris from Jake, and Jake is really threatening to run away with this one. Now Jake is ahead in the future by 7 lines, so not that much of an effect right now. And even Jake being ahead by too many lines isn't that big a factor when you can play that deep into the kill screen like he does. All right, Jake Tetris is 761. Now he's a 200,000 point lead, and time is running out for Poet. And bang Tetris for Jake, 793, but also one for Poet, 623. So Poet still in the mix, but here's a Tetris from Jake, 827 at 200 lines. So put an underline under that, 827 at 200 lines. We'll see what Poet's able to transition with. That will tell you a lot about what is possible. And Jake with a very crucial Tetris. Every Tetris here crucial for Jake. Just to keep distance. There's another one. And this might be virtually out of reach. Now, not in actuality out of reach for Poet, because you've got about 270,000 points available to you after 200 lines. But Poet's going to have to be very efficient. And oh, that misdrop on the left side really could seal it, because that's going to mean that he has to burn too many lines for him to be able to catch up to Jake. And Jake's pouring on Tetrises, and this is going to be out of reach for Poet. And a valiant effort for Poet to get this far, but some crucial misdrops. And let's get this man an NTSC console. 973, Jake looking to max out here. Game not giving him the long bar, and if he's a long bar away from maxing out. And there is the long bar, and he's going to max out. We'll see how far he can get after that, but it's a little bit too high for him to play even on 29. So max out for Jake in competition, and Poet is going to do his best just to put some points on the board for pride, but nothing Poet's going to be able to do. And congratulations to you, Jake. You're the winner. Poet, congratulations to you for putting on a show and getting a bunch more fans And we hope to see you again in future CTMs. But for now, a winner is Jake. There's Jake. There he is. He's the winner. His second ever CTM finals and victory. So, I mean, he's one of the few people to win 2 of these. And oh, there's Jake. Look at him. He's waving hello. He's got his red headset on. And there he is. And I don't know what he's doing now. But congratulations to you, Jake. An incredible CTM. Again, one for the ages. Unbelievable. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I mean, it was Quaid's first ever CTM. Hope to see him back again. But he went out in the first round. Corian went out in the first round. Joseph went out in the first round. Sodium Overdose took out Joseph Saley and Matt Martin into the semifinals. We had Poet taking out Zefania Nenu. So taking out champions all, I mean, really an incredible CTM. I mean, they just seem to keep getting better, and it doesn't seem possible that they can get better every time, right? So Jake is going to join, let's see who. Corian, Green Tea, Joseph, and Richard as the only 2-time winners of Classic Tetris Monthly, going back all the way to December 2017. So an incredible, I mean, just I can't even. I'm just so hyped up right now on adrenaline, or hopped up, or whatever you say. The point is, I want to thank everybody who's watching this stream right now. You all make it happen. I want to thank all the players. I want to thank all of our wonderful moderator team and tournament staff. You guys are the ones that make it happen and make me. Well, I was gonna say make me look good every month, but I don't look good any month. Just ask YouTube. So wow, thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out here. It was such a great time. Where am I gonna throw this over? Who's playing real Tetris? Jake, are you gonna keep streaming or what? Let's see. Who is playing Tetris right now? That's the important thing to know. Nah, he's not gonna keep playing. Well, let's find people playing Tetris and send them a whole bunch of people. Is it going to be Matt Martin? Is it going to be Tristop? Let's send people over to Matt Martin. Sorry, Tristop. We've rated you before. And so hang out for, give some consolation to Matt Martin. Did a great job, but just ran into the buzzsaw that was Sodium Overdose. Here we go!